So in South Africa, the e-commerce playing field is pretty tight and it's pretty tough. But luckily, Yuppiechef is a very unique selling proposition. What tips do you give to other startups or other companies that are trying to make the best possible use of e-commerce to deliver?
There are a lot of angles to that, and I mean there are, we've been greatly helped with a really lasting relationship with our courier. I mean that's we've used Aramex for years, and I think we've been able to really develop a good partnership with them. So that's certainly on the fulfillment side. From a warehousing point of view, I guess the message is you can do it yourself. The risk of trying to take on a proprietary system, and I mean, of course, there are things like from Pastel, or there are options for people trying to do stock management anyway. And I'm sure they'll all have plugins very quickly to facilitate e-commerce. But in our case with the cards, like you started off by saying, there wasn't a perfect fit. And I think it's very important not to lose your secret sauce because you're trying to take something off the shelf and fit it into your business. This could have been a lot simpler. I mean, if we'd wanted to start small, we could have, and it used to be on paper, I mean, we could have gone from a paper order to a laptop order, and had a trolley with a laptop sitting on it and a Wi-Fi connection. And we wouldn't have had to go all the way to a handheld tablet with Android and worrying about all the extra development sort of implications on that. But we knew where we were going, and we had the right people at hand, and we could see forward a couple of years.
When you say you had the right people at hand, you were the right person at hand. And in a way, you were overqualified when you first joined Yuppiechef. You weren't just an operations manager. You had tech experience. You could understand how the potential of that. What background do you have? Where do you come from, and how did you get to this point?
It's a bit of a hodgepodge, really. I have an electronics degree. I've worked in electronics for many years. Then I got sort of into the world of business, was involved with a web company in town, decided I wanted to go back into engineering, kind of missed the business side, went back into Yuppiechef, which seemed like a really great mix between tech and business.
That's a key in South Africa, by the way, tech and business. Trying to get those two
you need them both.
Is quite, people need more of those.
And I think that the trick is to embrace tech. You can't be scared of it. And when I said Yuppiechef started in the era of tech, I think that's so true, because there's a healthy sort of almost confidence in what tech can provide. And because we've built our own systems and we own our own stack, often we can roll out a feature very, very quickly. And so that helps people dream. That helps them kind of go, well, what about bundling these products together, or doing something different over Christmas? Is that possible? And yeah, it's possible. How important is it? And we kind of prioritize it, but then we can do it. I mean, slightly off topic, we've got a really great system where once a month for a whole week, all the development teams all the developers in the team will focus on kind of general business goals and tasks, and kind of call it Fluff Week. And the idea is that if somebody in customer acquisition team knows that a report they use really could use a link to go somewhere else, or some kind of connection to analytics or some new data, they will assign a business importance to it, which follows a lot of the agile thinking in terms of dev. But it allows us to decide, well, the most important thing right now is this new feature for customer acquisition, because it's got a heavy weighting of points. And in that week, we'll try and tackle it. And so throughout the business, there's this kind of reliance on gradual iterations and evolution of our systems, which, I think has allowed us to not be scared off by new features and building things.
So Christmas is coming. What kind of numbers are you expecting in terms of percentage of growth? Is it are you getting quite nervous leading up to it?
It's an exciting nervousness. I mean, we do anticipate significant growth. This is always a very busy time of the year, because we benefit from wedding registries. A lot of couples choose to get married in summer. That's great. There's obviously the gifting. We've got a cooking school, which is an amazing digital product. So that's allowing people to, sort of transact and send gifts overseas without having to worry about delivery implications. So I guess we always head into the season with a bit of a question mark as to how it's all going to play out, but it's going to be busy. It always is busy. And I think we're ready for it. We have not had to radically overhaul any of this in the last 3 years, which is, I suppose, testament to how flexible it was when we thought it through. We'll be bringing in 20 or 30 sort of temp workers just to help with with some of the tasks in the warehouse. And the great thing there is it's straightforward enough to use to give to somebody who's had, training, but limited training, limited experience, I guess, with the system. We're using things like the text-to-speech on the tablets to direct people. Next task is pick this item out of that bin, and now go here, and now go and link a card. So it has just grown with us, and it's been really rewarding having done it ourselves.